Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast with Jay Gordon Duncan. And if you're wondering why the J, the answer is I'm not a bagpipe player. And if that joke doesn't make any sense to you, I encourage you to check out episode 0, where I explain that joke, as well as the purpose of the This Is Gonna Hurt podcast, where we talk about faith, family, fitness, finances, and sometimes fun. Hello, friends. Welcome back to another episode, 500 and something. I am very thankful that you're here. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for your feedback last week. Last week was an introspective episode for coming off vacation where I just talked about, I had a lot of silence on vacation. It was painful, but it was good. So I just shared some of my thoughts. Well, this week's episode has got me being introspective again. And all of a sudden, I was just thinking, through a few things that I like and I don't like more. And I thought it'd be a fun episode. And it's just personal. And you might find some takeaway from this, or you might just get to know me better. But in this episode, I am going to share 3 things I am liking more and 3 things I am liking less these days. Don't worry, it's going to be positive. Definitely, my episodes are always positive, but I just find my affinity and my love for some things fading and my affinity and love for some things increasing. So I thought I'd share them with you, and maybe you can relate or maybe even share your 3. So, 3 things I'm loving less and 3 things I'm loving more. Let's start with what I'm loving less so I can end on something positive. So I'm gonna go back and forth. I'll do one thing I love less and one thing I love more and bounce back and forth. All right, let's hop right in. So again, 3 things I love less, 3 things I love more. Here is one thing I'm loving less. And I've just got to say, professional sports. Now, you might say, well, Gordon, that's easy. Of course, you love professional sports less because you're a Cowboys fan and they stink. And that is the reality. The Cowboys do stink, and there's nothing to brag about whatsoever. We can talk about our past how we want, but I'm just finding professional sports interest having a hard time caring like I used to. Don't get me wrong, I'll turn on the games in the background, but I think what it is, I just don't have any passion for them. I mean, I know for the most part who's won, and I can have conversations with buddies and that kind of thing, but I don't have any passion for the NFL, the NBA, baseball, hockey, nothing. I mean, I see folks with just all this team spirit, and I don't have it. I see people who are like, I love. I mean, I'm talking pro sports. I've enjoyed, of course, going to JMU games and watching Emma March and that kind of thing. But just, I mean, almost sports in general. Like I used to just be a huge sports person, but specifically professional sports, the NFL, just I just can't muster passion for it anymore. It seems like a misplaced passion to me. Like, really, you're going to put all that energy and have a high and a low based upon how your team does? Like, I'm just not feeling it anymore. If that's where you are, rock and roll. But I'm just not feeling the passion for professional sports anymore. So that's one thing I'm liking less. What's one thing I'm liking more? I love running in the rain. I used to not run in the rain. I used to, go to the YMCA and run on the treadmill. My friend Carla, encouraged me a couple of years ago when I was not running in the cold, and she said, "Put your big boy pants on." And and then as I embraced running in adverse conditions, I reminded myself that doing that is good preparation for race day, because what if it rains on race day? What if it's cold on race day? Well, if I've trained in those conditions, I'm ready. But there's something just peaceful about running in the rain. I've run in downpours. That's less fun. And I try not to run when it's lightning and thunder. But just when it's a steady rain, wow, I love it. I just love being out there. I know I'm challenging myself. I know I am preparing myself for things that are tougher, and I just love it. There's something peaceful about it. I had a track workout in the rain a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, yeah, I'm out here putting in the time, sacrificing. I'm getting better. This condition is making me a stronger person and a stronger running. So, gonna say I love running in the rain more and more. So there's one and one. So something I am loving less. I don't like large lunches with people I don't know. Now, I love getting to know new people. I'm an extrovert at heart, less so than I used to be, but I'm an extrovert at heart. But large meals with people I love, That can be a blast. I mean, we had 12 people at the table at our vacation. I just thought that was a blast. We laughed and joked and pockets of conversation and everything. But large lunches with people I don't know, I'm like, well, I don't know who that person is. I don't know. I mean, you wind up just talking to the same people you normally talk to, people beside you. I know sometimes in business and networking it's necessary, but the large lunch where you just don't know people well, I mean, I just feel like not a whole lot's being accomplished. And again, I just feel like I'm talking to the people on my left and right, and there's things going on there I don't know. So I'm not enjoying large lunches with people I don't know, which can happen in a networking environment. A large lunch with people or that kind of thing, love it. But large lunch with people I don't know if a whole lot's getting accomplished. So loving that a bit less. Something I am loving more, number two, is conversations with depth, where you're talking about real things. You're not talking about just the pop buzz conversations of the day. You're talking about your history. You're talking about your emotions. These are rare, and there's few people you can have these kind of conversations with. But when you do have conversations of depth, where you're dealing with real things and you're there's an exchange, it's really rich. If you have those, be appreciative for them. I am more and more appreciative of them. I'm appreciative of the people in my life that I have those with. Definitely worthwhile. But you give me a conversation with real depth on a real topic, not just agreeing with everything someone says, but like exposing yourself. This is how I feel. This is what I've been through. This is, and then being accepted, being challenged when necessary, and the back and forth. Absolutely love those conversations with real, loving it more and more. Always have, love it more and more. Number three, things I am liking less. This is a weird one. 9 a.m. I think what happens is I get up in the morning, have my coffee, I go for a run, I start filming videos, I get to my office, I um, I journal, I do my initial posting for the day, and then 9 a.m. comes around and it's like, there's even like a temptation to be lonely or to be down. And I've accomplished a lot, but I think it's that transition from the first chunk of my day into the second chunk of my day. And, if I don't have a 9 a.m. meeting or if I don't have something on the calendar at 9 a.m. feels just kind of lonely and kind of like, what's going on? This week specifically, I'm like, I don't really like 9 a.m. And so this week coming up, I've got to make sure I've got things in place to make sure that 9 a.m. is effective. And it's, I'm battling that, but for some reason, I'm just not really enjoying 9 a.m. anymore. Very odd. And finally, another thing I'm enjoying more and more is diversifying where I work. Here's what I mean by that. And I'm not talking coffee shops. Coffee shops are great, but I have a co-working space that I work at the majority of my solo work time. Um, I own a wellness studio, Gentani Wellness Collective, and sometimes I'll work there. I have an extra space there that I'll just pop in and work. And then there's a spot down in another county that I can work there as well when I'm working on state contracts and things like that. And I enjoy that variety. Each one of them creates a different environment for my productivity and puts me in a different thought space. And you know what? I enjoy dividing it up. Like some days I'm like, you know what? I'm here. Some days I'm here and I'm not sharing my schedule necessarily, but like the opportunities to work most of the time solo, but sometimes meeting people is really enjoyable. I like it a lot. So I'm enjoying more and more diversifying where I'm working. So those are my three things I'm liking less and three things I'm liking more. I would love to hear yours. Let me reshare them with you. Here's my list of things I'm enjoying less. One, just don't have a passion for pro sports anymore. It just seems displaced. Two, large lunches with people I don't know. I just don't feel like I can connect with people. And three, 9 a.m. has been a struggle for me, which is odd. Those are three things I'm enjoying less. Three things I'm enjoying more. I'm enjoying running in the rain. It's just peaceful and it's helping me prepare, making me a better runner, a better person. To conversations with depth, where you're really sharing what's going on, where you're really having an exchange. sharing your thoughts and your history and the back and forth. Love that. And three, the last thing I'm enjoying more is diversifying where I work, just different places. I'm thankful I've got 3 or 4 places I can work. And if I do get into a mood and a 9 a.m. is not working for me, I can go somewhere else and work. And I'm very thankful for that. So, guys, that's what's going on with me. 3 things I'm enjoying less, 3 things I'm enjoying more. I would love to hear yours. Share them with me on the Capitalize Your Best Facebook group or on my regular Facebook page or wherever it is you're sharing this. I'd love to see yours on the reviews. Great hearing what's going on in your mind and heart. I love sharing what's going on in mine. You guys have been great and received that for me for 6, 7 years, however long this podcast has been going. And so what I'm doing now is I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week. And I appreciate you tuning in, and we'll talk soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.